Welcome to Senior Moments. We're here at the Twin Valley Senior Center today, and this is going to be an interesting new change to where we usually have sing-along, but today we're going to have Bill April, who is with the AARP, and he's got a lot of messages on the fraud and other things that we're very interested in doing. This will be the first of a series of 3, and we'll go from there. And I'm thinking you're going to really enjoy this one.
And we have a special presentation today that I've been working on for a while. And then we have, after you're done with the presentation, before you leave, maybe we could talk about the other 2 topics. Don Rowan from Orca is going to record this, so if you have people you know that want to see this presentation, it'll be on the Orca website at some point. So Bill April is from AARP, and as I said in the stuff I handed out, you have quite an impressive career. I recognize Brugger's Bagels. They haven't been around for a while now, have they?
Well, they're closed some of the shops around, but they're down to North Carolina and places between.
I didn't know that.
Ohio.
Okay. So the first presentation is Weapons of Fraud. And we all know that scamming and identity theft and all these horrible things is much more prevalent now than it ever used to be. So this is going to be a really important presentation. You ready to get started?
Sure.
Okay, take it away, and then we'll talk about planning for the future talks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Bill April. I'm from AARP Fraud Watch. I'm a volunteer presenter with them. And one of the things that I try to do is to sort of set the picture for people. And if we look further ahead, okay, at say we look down the road and we've got some cars lined up on the right side of the road. And we look further down and we see that car, there's somebody in the car. There's somebody in the front seat of the car, maybe even in the back seat. We can't tell if it's a person or if it's a dog or some kids, but there's somebody in that car. So we know what they're going to do is they're going to come out of that car. But we don't know when, we don't know how fast, we don't know if they're just going to come out and stand by the car, wait for us to go by, but there's something coming at us. We know what's going to happen. So what I'm going to show you here is information to prepare you for when you see that in life. This is to show you that nothing to be afraid of if you know to make the right decision. Okay, the better decision. So we're going to talk about the weapons of fraud. Okay? And so who in your community is likely to be a victim of a scam? Would be like elderly female, elderly male, middle aged, young couple, young adult, child. Who do you think is going to be the most common victim?
Probably A or B.
Okay? All the above. Anybody will be a victim. Even infants, because they can look in the newspapers, they can find the information about who was born, what day. They can run out and get a social security number on that child. Okay? There's a lot of ways they can get into this identity theft kind of problem. Okay. Now he is going to tell us all something.
How do I steal people's money? You got your free lunch scam. Get in on this opportunity right now. Plus, you get a free lunch. Your sweetheart scam, grandparent scam. Those are exciting. Hello, Grandma. I'm in jail in Tijuana. They're telling me I need $3,000. Well, if I'm feeling old school, I can just jump in your garbage. Come up with a credit card bill. Ka-ching. I'm now you.
Visit the AARP Fraud Watch Network to learn how to protect yourself from identity theft, fraud, and this guy.
Okay, so we're going to talk about fraud trends and tools, Connor's playbook, prevention, resources. Now, we have over here a table full of information. Please take this information home. If nothing else, it reminds you of what was said here. Okay. So, fraud tools, they gain the trust of a victim by using fake name, position holder, company, anything fake that they can have that will impress you. Okay? They project absolute confidence. They adapt to their victim. So whenever they talk to you, or whenever they interface with you via text or email, they adapt all the time. If they come about you and they have any inkling that you are someone who likes history, guess what? They like history. Okay? If there's something you like, something about cars, they like cars. Okay? They are your best friend. And they want to meet the victims where they are vulnerable. And that's a really important thing, because it's not a matter of a place, it's more of an emotional state. And what they want to do is get you in that emotional state where you are vulnerable. That is critical. Okay? Here are impersonation calls, text messages, email. Okay? Here's the characteristics. Something unexpected, something unsolicited, and urgently ask you to do something. Now that's a repeating occurrence, happens over and over again in any kind of situation. If you see those three, it's a scam. Now the trick is to recognize those things. Now this over here shows the people who are the highest in social media, the younger people. They're the ones who are reporting the most losses. Okay? Because they're on the phone all the time, or on their smartphones all the time. Yeah, we know better. We're not on the smartphone all the time, so we have the lowest. But, okay, as this is, they're on the regular phone over here, not the smartphone, just the regular call on the phone. Well, see, now we're getting hit again a lot higher because we're on the telephone all the time, as opposed to the smartphone where they're on all the time. So we may get hit for more money, but quantity-wise, the younger people under 50 are hit more than we are. So remember that. Use it in a contest sometime, you know, tease something. Now, fraud trends. And this is top 10s of Vermont 2023. Okay, computer tech support, where they call up and they say, "Oh, you got something on your screen," or you look at the screen and a phone number to call up. Okay. Don't call that number. It goes right to the scammers. Okay? There's no reason to ever, because I used to work in computers for a lot of years. Microsoft is not sitting there with a guy waiting to listen to your phone call. We're way too busy doing things otherwise than that. It's always a scam. You know how you can fix that? When you see something, the computer pops up and says, "Oh, you got a scam. You got there's something wrong with your computer over here. Now you have to do this, you have to do that." They say, "Call this number." What do? You give it the finger. Give it the finger. What's that? You got a button on your machine. You push that button, and that message goes away. Give it 30 seconds, a minute. Push the button again, comes up. There's your computer. Works fine now. Okay? You give it the finger. That's how you get rid of that message on the screen. Okay? These are fraud trends, identity theft, and all these places have had data breach. There's one just recently put out by AT&T. It was a company that worked with AT&T. Had 2.7 billion accounts in there, and it was all of US, all of UK, and all of Canada. 2.9 billion accounts. And that stuff, it had everything in there. I was checking mine last night, and my social security number's in there, and a whole bunch of other stuff was in there. Okay. So with all these breaches, everybody's information is out there.
Thank you.
Don't think for a minute that it's not, because that's, you know, and here's another source of identity theft. There's all the things on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and so forth. All the information that we put out there, it's all fodder for the scammers. They love that stuff. Oh yeah, you told me this is your parents, this is your grandparents, and then this is your brother and sister, and I know them by name. Great. Now they know who. They call you up and they say, "Hi, this is Mike," and you know, everybody. They know all the family. They built this profile. Okay. Now, when you get something in the mail, okay, for instance, here's an email, and here's an example over here. It'll have the American Express logo on it. They can go to the American Express website, copy that logo, and slap it on this email. So having a logo on the email does not make it official. Okay? And they ask for things over here, okay, that they will use to create accounts in your name. But they'll change the addresses, so they'll get all the benefits.
To inform you that IRS is filing a lawsuit against you. To get more information about this case file, please call immediately on our department number 202-470-2565. I repeat 202-470-2565. Thank you.
Now, the IRS and every other government agency will never call you unless you have started a conversation with them first. They will never, ever, ever call you. Last week, I was at a national summit for the AARP Fraud Watch. We were trained by the FBI, Homeland Security, Postal Inspection Service. They will never, ever, ever call you. So if you get a call saying this, hang up. Don't entertain it. Don't ever call them back. It is a scam, 100%. Okay. This case over here is another application where they're saying they sent you along, they want you more information over here. And it looks like it's a true balance due sheet, but some of the things they have that you may not realize says make your check or money order payable to IRS. You never make a money order or anything payable to IRS. It's always to the Treasury. Okay? But it looks like it's official. Okay? Here's one over here, and here's an email that was sent out here about want you to do an update. You will never need an update on your software to read whatever it is they're presenting. You don't need that. Okay? This is always going to get you some kind of problem from the scammer. So you never want to do that update. Okay? Now, it says IRS on there. Again, they just copied the logo. But let's look at the return address up here. Okay? It says IRS Care Alert 2016 at Verizon.net. Now, why is the government saying reply to Verizon.net? Let's think about that for a second. Everybody who works for the government has got a .gov, G-O-V, address. Okay? So that's your first big red flag right there. That is fraud. Okay? That's a scam. They're trying to get a hold of your money. No matter how they do it, that's a big scam right there. Okay? If it doesn't say IRS.gov, nope. Okay? Now here's some of the personal behavior that in this instance over here, he's put together on his Facebook all the different things that he's interested in. Okay? So therefore now when somebody tries to call him up or send him an email, he's got plenty of stuff to choose from what this fellow's interested in, whether it be Beach Boys, Billy Joel, you name it. He knows how to start a conversation. Now, in this case over here, we're talking about identity theft, phishing. Okay? They'll have something over there, such as this, what they call a validation form, whatever it might be, and necessary to reconfirm your account, complete a profile update. Okay? You click on this over here, and this link is the hypertext markup language. That's HTML, hypertext markup language. Now, you don't need to know that, but this HTML is a link to another place. And that link takes you right to where the scammer's server is. If you take and move your cursor on top of this, don't click on it, you'll see underneath the address of where that place is. It may not make any sense to you, but it's certainly not going to be American Express. Okay? Here's the guy over here dumpster diving. That's where you want to shred everything that comes out of the bank or the credit union or any kind of bill from the store. You never want to just throw it in the trash. If you're going to burn it in the wood stove in the winter time, fine, go right ahead. But don't, you must shred it. And the shredders are relatively cheap nowadays. Put them over a bucket and shred everything. Okay? There's a case here of job offer. And it comes from this fellow over here. He's got some name, it's kind of an odd name. It's @gmail.com. And over here is a big high rate. So this high rate over here is very enticing. Whether he knows what you do or not, he may have looked on Facebook. He may have looked on other places. Indeed is another one. You will get information from that. And they say, okay, fine. So he's looking at this and, wow, good, nice pay. If you're interested, come back over here. This guy over here at yahoo.com. Okay? So wait a minute. All the things they're looking for is, this is the stuff I want. So add your resume. Now when you send your resume to somebody, what are you sending? Well, all of your history, all of your current stuff. So all of the information you have of your history is being sent to these people over here. One guy's at gmail.com, yahoo.com, and the company is over here at hotmail.com. It's coming from over this employment offer over here. So this is a big red flag here when you decide this company wants this. It's Atlantic Logistics, but it comes from gmail.com. And it goes to yahoo.com. Okay? Big red flag. Just those things, it's a scam right there. Okay. Now we're going to skip over this one here for a second. And, okay, so why seniors? Well, we likely have financial nest egg to a certain degree, and you likely have good credit. Okay? We grew up in an age of trust and civility. Well, we could trust somebody. We get a phone call. It wasn't a scammer on the phone. It was somebody we knew most of the time. Okay. They're less likely to report fraud. Oh, I get taken for $10,000. I just can't deal with it. I don't want to. I feel so bad. I can't tell my friends like this. You don't want to do that. We need to report. We need to report to anybody and everybody. Because the more you report, the more they put all these pieces together and they can catch these guys. Now, a lot of the scammers are outside of the country, but they have contacts in here. And what they have done in a lot of cases, they've gone to the phone company that's here that has allowed that scammer to come through. Okay? We can't nail a guy over in Iran or North Korea or Russia or something. Okay, fine, we nail him right here. And these guys over here, we forced to clean up their act and make sure that those calls aren't coming in. Okay? They're often poor witnesses. And the point is that, oh, well, there's maybe some medication to take in and make them see double. And maybe they just, the glasses weren't clean that day. Or hearing aid wasn't turned on. Okay? They have all these myths about we're not a good witness. And we're more susceptible to appeals for products that enhance mental and physical health. So when we get a phone call or a letter from the Medicare and they say, oh, well, we're going to fit you for a free back brace. We just need your Medicare number. Well, I don't have a back problem. Well, how about your knees? Your knees are okay? You need a knee brace. No, I mean, my knees are fine. Okay. How about an elbow brace? We got some. Okay. And what they want is a free chance to get into your Medicare account. They get that number, they charge Medicare, and you get nothing. You will not get any material at all from these people over here. They just want your Medicare number. Don't give it out. If you call Medicare, okay, or Medicare sends you a letter, they want to deal with you, fine. But do not, on a phone call, get requested, don't give it out. Okay. Now, the different kinds of senior citizen scams, Mostly right now, we're seeing computer scams, grandparent scams, investment scams, living trust, lottery, magazine, Medicare, Social Security scams, romance scams. But one of the things we want to remember that right now, what time is it? Maybe not for all of us, but in general, it's back to school time. So back to school, there are people out there doing scams on back to school. Whatever it might be, back to school shopping, back to school, different things, it's going to be, because they always follow the trends. When there was a pandemic, there were all kinds of phone calls and letters and advertisements going out about vaccines, okay? All kinds of thoughts about the vaccines. And none of them didn't make any sense. You go to the doctor said, take the vaccine, okay? It'll make the thing, make the occurrence of it less and less, okay? If nothing else, and mostly it'll prevent it. But these guys are saying, oh, no, drink the bleach, okay? Or they put a light down your like that. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But, okay, that's the kind of thing that the scammers were putting out. So we don't, these are not just it's just the majority of them right now.
Do you mean that I really didn't win the South African lottery?
Well, if you bought a ticket, maybe you won the lottery. But if you didn't buy the ticket, you didn't win any lottery.
I'm so disappointed.
Grandparent scam, usually late at night call from a family member in trouble. The request is you send money immediately. I'm in jail in Montreal. Big thing, don't tell my parents. Don't tell my parents. Okay? And they'll, because right away, the hair on your arm stands up. Oh my goodness, well, what happened? Oh, it was an accident. The car went off the bridge and we're in the water. And so it develops from there. Or it's somebody who was with your grandson or your granddaughter. Oh, we're at the station over here and they got him locked up and we got to get the money to get him out. Well, if they say, oh, gift card. No. Gift cards are for gifting, not for paying. You never pay anything with a gift card. Okay? And the same thing with cryptocurrency. Okay? That's quite a scam right there. Yes?
Is one of the most recent things I've heard, and I've had a couple of calls myself, that they want you to say yes. They call you and they want you to say yes because they're recording your voice saying yes, so that then they can plug that into other things. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
Vermont itself passed a law probably 10 years ago or more that said that if you answer in the affirmative, that they cannot use that to allow you to get more stuff.
But if they're scammers, they don't care about the law, right?
Well, if you start getting this, whatever magazine or free this or free that, allegedly, okay, and you get a bill for it, you say, look, I'm not paying this bill because the law in Vermont says I don't have to.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just saying yes has been negated by the Vermont law.
So what if, I got a call a week ago, can I ask a question, Mrs. Gates? And the person said, get out your Medicaid card, this is Medicare. And then she read my social security.
They never call you.
No, she.
I just said they won't call you. The scammers will call you.
But that's what I'm saying. I know that. The scammer called me
Yeah.
and read and told me my social security, is your social security number this, is it, and it all matched up and then proceeded into the scam. And I said, you're not the real thing, bye. But they already have somebody has my social security number
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
From some other scam, right?
Exactly. Well, all of these, the breaches that we saw earlier from AT&T and from Target and Verizon and so forth, all of these breaches, okay, they build profiles of people. And they say, okay, well, this information, build that, and they build all of this profile, and they will call people with this information. And they say, okay, is this right? Is this right? And you figure, gee, they've got this information.
Right.
And the more affirmation you give them, okay, And it doesn't take much before they find out a little piece of information here, a little piece of information over there, and they may not have the whole picture, but it all depends on what database they bought from the hackers that are selling it. They'll have some of this, some of that, some of this. So, yeah, that's the way to do it. The social security scan has been used in illegal activity. Want you to give me a social security number to verify? Don't, because they never call you. It's a scammer's calling.
Yeah.
Okay? The,
I wish that Social Security would send a letter that says that. Because I didn't know that.
yeah, it says it on their website, but who goes to their
Look at
website?
their website.
You know, there's like, you know, I go to Google and I go to this thing all the time. That thing, I never go to Social Security, maybe once a year to change the password. Okay? A lot of your scams, probably without having a ticket, often from out of the country. Okay? You have to you got to pay this fee because this is the Jamaican lottery, and the Jamaican dollar isn't the same as the dollar in the U.S. We got to pay these conversion fees, you know, and then of course they talk with this wonderful, just little lilt to the voice, and they think, oh, that just sounds so interesting. And yep, you won $30,000, only cost you, $1,000 for this, and well, why don't you just take out the winnings? No, we got to have that up front. No, not up front. Okay, Medicare scam, okay, send you a British cane, walker, and so forth, Medicare will pay for it, okay, or they're updating the new Medicare cards.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
just-
are not.
I just got that.
They're not.
I just got that.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
I get it 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah, it's another lie. Okay, now the Connor's playbook, we have that over here. But this is how we get our information at AARP, Fraud Watch. We've gone and talked to the con artists in prison, okay? And we've made all these tapes. That's how we get our information. So we talk to the bad guys and say, how'd you do this thing? How'd you get... It's easy when you tell them a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And next thing you know, they're telling us their life story. Oh, you can't do
Some of that comes from loneliness.
yeah, but it's easy. Okay? So we're going to be. So here's a story. You know, some of these people have called up for the first time, and they're saying this to a potential victim, and then other people have been on towards the end. You'll see the tone of the phone call will change, and it'll because they've been talking with this person for several days, several weeks, several months in some cases. So we'll listen to this phone calls.
If you don't want to make up your mind right now, that's where I come in. I will make up your mind for you.
Anyway, I said it would not call unless it was a rare and definitely undervalued situation. Are you familiar with the $2.5 Gold India series?
This is enough money for you to go to your grave knowing that you went and did the right thing, and you can go and meet God with a clear conscience. Now, what do you want to do?
Are you stupid? I'm not trying to insult you, but are you mentally ill? Is there something wrong with you that I don't know about? Is there something physically wrong with you? Like, are you retarded? Are you overaged? Do you forget things? Is there something wrong with you?
You'll never, ever be anything. You're going to be a great loser. A big loser. I think you're terrible.
You want me to give you my money?
Okay.
The process to kill
This
is
is your-
emotionally driven. It's not logic. If you apply logic to this concept, it's no. I'm not going to send you my hard-earned money. I don't even know who you are. I know you from Adam. When I wrap that in tons of emotion, that blurs. The logic goes out the window, the emotion kicks in, now I've endeared you to me. Now I'm no longer the predator on the phone. I'm Jim from New York.
Okay.
He's one of the.
This is what he does.
He's the president.
He wraps this thing in emotion. He makes you feel nervous and anxious to make the wrong decision. What we're trying to do here is to educate you so you know what's coming at you, and you'll make a better decision. Okay? They call it being under the ether. Many years ago, when we had our tonsils out, oh, I put the gas on you, you'd be under the ether. You would not be able to respond correctly. Okay? I'm going to skip over this one as well. Here's some of the persuasion tactics. Okay? Grand prize is $25,000 cold hard cash. Florida lottery up to this. Answer the 5 questions, you receive $500 gift card from Walmart. Okay? Then they profile and said, you want my asking, how long has your husband been deceased? Look, it sounds like you have a wonderful home there. How much is the mortgage each month? Now they're getting to, they want to understand where's the money going, where you live, okay? Is it credit union or is it more bank? They're trying, nice, comfortable questions, okay? Nice, comfortable feeling, but they're trying to weasel information out of you. Okay? It's better just if you get the phone call, you don't know, hang up, don't even answer. We get a thing at home now, we don't even answer the phone unless we know who it is. So often we'll get a phone call, it'll say spam, it'll say Weathersfield, or it'll say Danby. I say, what the? I don't know anybody named Weathersfield, or anybody named Danby. Those are towns in Vermont. Who in their right mind is going to, their phone have identified as Danby or Weathersfield? Well, the scammers do. They figure, oh, you're going to respond to this. Maybe it's a town clerk someplace. No, it's not a person's name. I don't want it. Okay? Get into they talk about scarcity. This is available today but can't be guaranteed any tomorrow. Sale ends today, nobody give you the price in the future. A lot of times if you get these people say, okay, we're going to have you a financial seminar. Okay? You come over here and the seminar tells you all this wonderful whiz bang, all these investments. And you go to the seminar, you get a free meal out of it. Wow, sounds good to me. And he says, oh, by the way, I'm leaving town tomorrow, so this is a one-shot deal. You can do it now, okay, or you'll miss out on this great opportunity. Okay, that is a red flag. Scarcity. Hello. The thing is in Vermont, they have to have an office in Vermont. That's the law. So if somebody says, "Oh, well, we'll treat you to lunch," yeah, I'll sit down. But if you're not going to be here tomorrow, if you don't have a place you can show me in Montpelier or Burlington or whatever junction someplace, just forget it. I'm going home. Well, I'll eat your food and then I'll run.
Is there any form of the police or the FBI or anybody following up and investigating these people?
They are to a degree, but there's just so many of them. That's why it's so important for everybody to report as much as possible. Okay. The other thing with the Connor's playbook we have is a social consensus. Everybody's jumping on this deal. It must be good if everybody wants a part of it. Okay. You kick yourself and find out you're the only one missing out. That's the kind of approach they'll bring to it. Okay. Or here's the source credibility, where they call up and say, I'm a senior vice president here with an MBA, certified to deal with seniors, and I'm over at this bank over here or that bank over there. So this is the approach that they'll work with that. Okay, we'll skip over that. And say, once I get a hold of the victim, I wouldn't let him go. Now, they even have call up on the phone, and they've convinced somebody that with this opportunity, in this case, say it was a fine. You missed jury duty. You're incurring a fine, but you can pay it with a gift card. Red flag. Or you can go to cryptocurrency. Red flag.
Well,
and you look at that and you say, wait a minute.
You said that twice now. What is crypto, whatever you just
Cryptocurrency is a kind of investment that they have thousands and thousands and thousands of computers who are trying to solve a problem, okay? And that process is what, this is very, very simplified, but that's the process that people invest in. How long will it take to solve this problem? But they don't want to get into that too deep, but that's essentially what this what the cryptocurrency is. Now, one of the things we're finding is there are more and more ATMs appearing around the country, okay, that look like a regular ATM, like you might find and 7-Eleven or Cumbies or whatever. And in fact, it's not anything to do with a bank. It's a cryptocurrency ATM. With that cryptocurrency ATM, you put money in there and it's gone. Never get that money back. Okay? If you are set up with a cryptocurrency and you want to deal in that, I mean, that literally that will change the value of that money in seconds. Okay, up or down. So you mean you have to live and breathe this stuff to try and make any money on it. Okay? As you go up, and as fast as you'll go down. You go up, you go down. It's incredible. But there are ATM machines around that look like real bank machines, but they are not connected to a bank or any credit union or any. They pay the store owner a couple $100 a month. Plug it in, give you a phone line, and they're done. Okay? Then you can wait for somebody to call up and say, here, put some money in the machine. And it's gone. Okay? So we've had a case where there was somebody who said, okay, how do I pay this fine? Well, you can go over here and you pay the money over here with, well, I can't do that. Well, I'll stay on the phone with you. I'll even help you send it to your cell phone. I'll tell you how to do that, to forward the call to your cell phone. Oh, okay. So the caller helps this person send this call to their cell phone. They pick it up. Okay, now you get in the car and I'll stay on the phone with you while you go to the bank and get the money. Okay. And then they take the money and say, okay, now I want you to go to this store over here where they have a crypto machine. Okay, it'll say ATM. Oh, okay. You go in there, put this $1,000 in there, and you're finally paid. No, just lost $1,000. That has happened. Okay.
That would not make me happy.
Now this.